You're a legit jiu-jitsu blue belt.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so it was, it was fun. You know, I got my blue belt from there, and then it was kind of a dabbling of back and forth, How'd
you manage at college and jiu-jitsu?
Not well. There were semesters where I'd have to really concentrate a lot on studies, and there were other semesters where I was able to do more jiu-jitsu. So like take spring semester of 2011, so that would have been right when I got my blue belt. I was doing a bit of jiu-jitsu, but I did focus more on wrestling, and I actually All-Americaned that year. I got fourth. Oh, wow. Yeah, I got fourth at NCWA wrestling. So, you know, that's mine for all time.
Nice.
And, so that was really fun. And then went back over the summer, trained some more jiu-jitsu, and then the semester when I came back, you know, I focused on my academics a lot and did a bit of jiu-jitsu, not so much. And then 2012 was a year I was really, really started to commit to jiu-jitsu again, because wrestling did not go so great. A bunch of high Division I teams dropped down to club, and I got beat up by those guys pretty good. So I did not place in nationals my junior year in 2012, but that, you know, left a sour taste in my mouth, because I remember I got beat in the blood round, you know, the round before I would have placed. Right. And, didn't get a medal, didn't get anything. I remember we went to some fancy dinner in Florida, and it was the most tasteless steak and just this foul dessert that I'm sure would have been amazing if I were to have it right now, but it just tasted like ash in my mouth. And, you know, I got done with that, and I was like, I'm not done competing. I want more. And I actually went to Pan Am's 2 weeks after that and got my first cauliflower ear. It was great. I got put in a triangle.
You never got cauliflower ear in wrestling, huh?
We would wear headgear.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So I never got cauliflower ear. And then my first major IBJJF Jiu-Jitsu tournament was Pan Am's 2012 at blue belt. And got slapped into a triangle and tried to free my head and ended up tapping. And then I look, I'm like, oh my God, I had a banana slug in my ear. And that, that really made me hungry for it. And I just wanted to keep competing. So continued to, for whatever reason, I couldn't go to, no, I don't think I was able to do Worlds that year. I don't think I did. But I did win a tournament in Vegas in 2012. So that was sort of like my big.
An IBJJF one.
Yes. But that led to a knee infection that led to me having to get a surgery that led to me stopping grappling for about 18 months. Yeah.
That was your first surgery?
Mm-hmm. Well. Yep. And to this date, pretty much the only one. I've had minor things that I've had to get done, but this was really the big surgery that happened for me. And that led to me in that fall semester.
How did you hurt your knee?
So I got a cut in my foot. And then...
Oh, so that was an infection.
Yeah, and it spread to my knee somehow, because I was walking around in Vegas in sandals. And I get a little water on my knee, like I got some water on my knee on this side. And I had the same thing happen over there. Didn't think anything of it, because I've had it before and I have it right now, and it's never that big of a problem. Yeah. But it just kept swelling more and more until eventually I got done. I had a moving job then. And I got done with the moving job, and I had put my leg up, and I was just sitting around, and I looked at my knee, and I felt this boom, boom, painful pulse. And I was like, oh boy, hospital. Went to the ER. And they tested it, and they're like, okay, it's infected, but it's probably not that big of a deal. We're going to give you these. It was MRSA.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So they called me in kind of a panic, and they're like, you need to get a surgery on this. And I was like, hey, oh, my God. So ended up going to see this fancy pants surgeon, because my dad's really good friend is on the board at CU, or knows some people at CU. Okay. So he was able to arrange this really good surgeon for me. And I went in to go see this guy, Dr. Lindeque, and he had this fancy bow tie on, and he took 2 seconds to look at me. He was like, we have to operate. And I was like, no, okay. And, so they put me in the hospital. They cleaned it up, and they just cut the dang thing open. I'll show the scar here.
Damn.
Yeah. They just cut it open, took out the bursa, cleaned it out. And I remember sitting on the hospital bed.
All because some water got on.
Yeah. It had been about 7.5 years ago.
Wow.
Yes, August 27th, 2012.
It's like a 6-inch. How many? It's a pretty big scar.
Yeah, it's a humongous scar. Yeah. And, they
wide.
They took it out. I remember sitting on that table wondering if I'd ever do jiu-jitsu again, because I didn't know, It wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, missing the bursa sac, all it means, hopefully I won't have any long-term problems, but the skin glides here, but the skin doesn't glide here. So that's the main thing.